huge tourist attraction. It become the fastest growing immigrant group in America, which is really amazing because Mexicans can cross the river and come here. And I have to fly thousands of miles to Mexico. And then cross that river. Trump wants to build a wall to stop immigration. I'm from China. So I know a lot about walls. They don't work.
Well, this little rice eater, as funny as he could be, humor could be the worst form of propaganda. And if it wasn't true, you wouldn't see so much money being paid to the very untalented likes of Stephen Colbert and the two other late-night idiots that I never watch. Jimmy Kimmel and the other degenerate from Saugerties, New York. Jimmy something or other or whatever. So this guy makes a funny remark that walls didn't work in China. For all you people that don't know history, it kept the Mongols out for 1,000 years. But the more salient point, and I would have loved to have been able to ask Mr. Rice Monkey here, how many people want to scale a wall to go to communist China? But he comes here with his sense of humor, mocking my president, this little slope, Charlie in the Wire. And I'm just curious, how good if I was to go to China and stand up and do comedy mocking President Xi, or Mao Zedong. How funny that would go over. Yeah, go over for about 30 seconds and they put you in a concentration camp. But I'll let Godzilla Boy finish here.
And centuries later, it's just going to become a huge tourist attraction. But I do respect Trump, though, because after he took office, there's the KKK march, anti-KKK march, women's march, anti-child separation march, and you know how much Americans hate exercise.
How about the Chinese? You guys are really good at exercising. Like when you go to Tiananmen Square and protest. You know what I exceptionally like about watching you guys march? Ducking tanks and bulldozers. How many of your people got mowed down by your communist government? Hundreds of thousands is the answer. They had to clean the road with literally snowplows. But you don't hear that on our news. So Godzilla Boy here is very funny. But again, I'm going to ask you, you're not going to lose your job, Smiley Boy, to Mexican, Guatemalan illegal immigrants. They're not going to subjugate your stand-up wiseacre career, right? Not a whole lot of guys named Pablo going to get up on the Tonight Show. It happens once in a while, but, they're not a threat. But go ask a house painter, a landscaper, a mason, somebody who actually works hard for a living. Not like you. You don't have a muscle on your body. But go ask some guy who broke his neck all his life, working in a factory, pouring concrete, painting houses, doing construction. I used to rent and sell AWP equipment, aerial platforms. And every time I went to a job site, I was always amazed how many illegals were doing the masonry, how many illegals were doing the sheetrock. And I used to argue with all the union workers. A lot of them were Irish or Italian or German, who were going to support the Democratic Party. And this is back in '03. And I used to marvel at them as they drove away in their Tundra pickup trucks from Japan. How they could support a party that was facilitating sending all the manufacturing jobs to China, So a little ib like this could come to my country and mock my president and stand up and talk this crap. I'll tell you what, China boy, go to Xi and tell him you want to take down that tourist attraction. Go take down that wall. Kept the Mongols out for 1,000 years, pal. That's why you're talking here. If not, you would have been chop suey. If you'd had a wall on the other side of your country, maybe all them bayonet babies wouldn't have happened in Nanking. Did you ever think of that, comedy boy? Yeah, nations are sovereign with definitive borders for a reason. Unless you want Tojo coming back for a second time, which you guys are begging for, by the way. And I know you got 1,400,000,000 people. But let me tell you something, where are your soldiers? Because if we unleashed Japan and Korea on you, you'd have a bad day. You don't do too good. You got a lot of stuff now. And you're pushing for a war over there in China. And God help you if it comes. You better be real careful, funny boy. People like me don't find this kind of stuff funny anymore. I could sit here and have to listen to this guy come to my country and talk this crap. But if anyone gets up and makes fun of a Karen or an LGBT, ABCD, EFG, whatever they are up to now, you could start a riot. Or how many black gangsters getting gunned down for breaking the law, murder, mayhem. I'm not having a pity party for any of them. To all you LeBron Jameses out there, I got a concept for you. Go to school, obey the law. Shut your mouth and dribble. As long as you keep breaking the law, acting violently and ignorantly, you don't have any of my sympathy. You're thugs. You're a thugger race. Listen to Reverend Tom Manning talk about Hamites. You've been given every opportunity in the world, you black Americans. You're letting these Chinamen come here and eat your lunch. Vietnamese come here and eat your lunch. I didn't need to mention the Koreans or Indians. They eat your lunch because they're not betrothed to b-ball and gangsterism and thuggery. But getting back to Asian American boy here, I'm totally disinterested in your propaganda. So take it back to communist China. You know, with all those secrets, you'll probably end up bagging for them. You're not fooling me.